What is up, YouTubers, gamers and fellow hobbyists? Welcome to Chill with Pete, the coffee break catch-up series, where I talk about stuff, talk about my week, talk about hobby, whatever I can think of, whatever nonsense comes out of my mind. So, grab yourselves a coffee, and let's get to it. So, this week, been a crappy week, to be honest. It's been a rubbish week, and yet, it was only 3 days long. The working week was crappy. I have to say, the working week was crappy. Some stuff went down and it wasn't great, and you know, that kind of thing. But Monday and Tuesday were good because Monday was my birthday. Tuesday I had another day off, so that was great. You know, that was lovely, nice long weekend, lovely, jubbly. 4 days off, nice, very nice. So yes, that was good. So at least the rest of the week wasn't too long. Just got through it. So that's that. Weather-wise, it's been pretty good here, and that's good. Nice and sunny. Still a bit cold for the most part, but nice and sunny. Sorry, I'm staring at Agrex shade pot of. Looking at the pot, thinking that's not shut properly. Why not? I'll have to sort that out later. Right. Do excuse me. That's a touch of OCD there. Got my coffee. Decaf. Nighttime. I might well film an on the beach this evening, and I know that's usually a daytime thing with the sun coming through the windows, but it is summertime. Well, it will be tomorrow. Clocks go forward tonight, or early this morning. Sorry, early tomorrow morning. 29th of March. And yeah, so the clocks go forward. I do wish they'd just keep them the same. Upsets everybody's routines. You know, animals and everything. It's just it's a nightmare. Taking medication as well, that can be a pain because I've got to juggle the things around for that. That's okay. I'll get through it. Not a big deal. Just a minor inconvenience. Hobby-wise, I've been getting more of the Lord of the Rings magazines. I've got a couple more of those in, and I'm looking forward to that. I got it wrong the other day when I said Mordor Orcs were with the first edition. I think it's Moria Goblins. But I'm going to get some goblins anyway once I get paid, and you know, we'll sort that out. Yes, that'll be not too bad. I think I've got an Aragorn figure somewhere. I've just got to find him. That's going to be the main thing at the moment, finding him. Yeah. I'm still working on the tutorial. This night's basic tutorial for beginners. It is for beginners. Please bear that in mind when it does come out. It's just basic painting techniques. I am planning on doing a non-metallic metal tutorial, hopefully later this year, perhaps in the summer, when I get a bit more sorted, hobby-wise. That would be nice, because to my knowledge, I don't think I've got a tutorial of that at the moment on my channel. It'd be nice to have that if I could. It's just the logistics of filming, setting up, etc. But yeah, I think we'll get there. I think we'll be okay, and you know, we'll if we can get that out there. I'm not a big fan of music on videos these days, so I probably won't have any music on there. You know, no matter how quiet I have it in the background, but no, probably just tutorial, me talking about the techniques, so just pure business to business. So that's what we'll do. Still looks a mess in here, although my bench isn't looking too bad. I have to say they're looking all right, actually. You know, not too bad at all. So yeah, a load of paints out there which I dislike. I highly dislike having lots of paints on my bench at once. I only really like having the few I need. As the weather's getting warmer, it's gradually getting warmer, so I will be digging my wet palette out again at some point, setting that up, ready to use. I should use it more often, really, than I do. I'm going to try and make an effort as well now, this year, to use less paint than I actually need. Less paint than I usually use. Sorry, that came out wrong. Obviously, I need to use as much paint as I need, but I always use way too much, and it's so wasteful, you know. So a wet palette will help with that, and hopefully, yeah, I can get used to it. I should be. I want to make that my New Year's resolution, because for me, the New Year starts, you know, end of this month, so I don't do all that the first of January to have a new year, and for me it seems ridiculous. It's like the middle of winter. No, you're all right. That's not the new year. New year for me is when the new plants start growing, and you know, life starts. You know, things start coming to life, blossom, all that. For me, that's New Year. So my New Year's hobby resolution this year is going to be to use less paint than I have to, so not be quite so wasteful. Oh dear, excuse me. I picked up a Djinn the other day. In the post, I've glued him to a 2p piece because I prefer that to the base he came with. 3D printed, of course. But yeah, he looks like a fun dude to paint up. Dig through some of my figures, see if I've got another knight figure that I can do for non-metallic metal. Put him to one side, ready for that. Hopefully, because if not, I've got another one on order, and that's okay. That's fine as well. So yeah. What else? Oh, I had to get some new a neutral grey from Vallejo. I thought I had some, I just don't, and I got it out of pure laziness because I don't want to be spending too much time mixing different greys when I do the tutorial. I just want to get it done. So that'll be good too. It's not a New Year's resolution as such, but I want to do a maintenance on my airbrush again this new year if I can. I think it's time, and might get into a bit more airbrushing once the window's open here and it blows through lovely. You know, yeah, I'll just do a bit of airbrushing here and there, just little bits. Not like mass production. I'll do that right outside with rattle cans if I have to, like for priming and things. Yeah, so I've got some rattle cans to use up, which I want to. Then I'll just go back to hand priming, which I prefer anyway. But most of you guys know that, so I'll just go back to that. Dylan's okay. He's had a good day today. Went down on the beach this morning, and this afternoon he was, rather than go out for a walk, he was just with us at the garden. Been changing our garden around. We had this idea, right, we're going to move both sheds over to there. We're going to empty the bench and move it over there because it's one of those benches that are like storage containers, is it? So we empty the bench, move that over there. We're going to take up the astroturf. We're going to gravel that area. We're going to move that over there, do this, do that, and we came up with the ingenious idea of, let's do this in bite-sized chunks because, older now, feel it more. Let's just move the shed, one of the sheds today. Maybe next weekend we can move the other shed. Today we ended up moving one shed and the bench. So we've done kind of two things. So next weekend will probably be move the other shed over, possibly do some gravelling. Need a few bags of gravel, but we'll get some in and possibly do that and set up an area for having our garden teas. I want to get some trellises as well to put right in the corner just to make it look like a nice little area, and I think that'll be good. I've got to move my bike as well, see if that'll go in the far corner next to the shed, or one of the sheds. If not, I'll put it somewhere else, that's fine. But yeah, so yeah, genius idea. Do it in bite-sized chunks, project manage this. So that, yeah, it took an hour of our time today, hour out of our day, but it felt like we got loads done, and that's a good feeling. I'm not a young man anymore, and I got to realise that, and not in A1 physical condition anymore. I was actually once, believe it or not, but I was. Yeah, what else have I got to tell you? Time I had a sip of coffee, I know that. Well, I don't know. I avoided going into my local gaming store today because, I haven't really got paid yet, so got to hold off on the goodies. And don't go silly. I went a bit nuts last month because I bought 2 big box sets, didn't I? The War of the Rohirrim and the Battle of Osgiliath. So yeah, I did go kind of nuts, but it was fun. And I got all those unboxings to do yet, and I'm so super excited to do them. I can't wait. I really can't wait to do those. But that has to wait at least until I've cleared my bench. So there you go. Oh yeah. Something I want to talk to you guys about. I did put a post up on YouTube about this over the last, I'd say 2 and a bit years. I've been getting these questions. I've been asked things by different people at different times. Questions which normally I would put in a P&Q, but I've stopped doing those, didn't I? But I've something in me. I don't know what it is, but I wrote them down. I kept the questions to one side for a rainy day, I suppose. I thought perhaps in the back of my mind might want to bring it back for an episode or whatever. And I found it the other day because I'd written it down on my computer. For my birthday, my wife got me a new laptop, a new MacBook. So I was transferring the files over. Well, it transfers over, and I just put them all in a different order. I was looking for them, going, "What's that?" And I opened it up. I thought, "Oh yeah, wow! I've got all these questions." And I thought, do you know what? I've got an iPad as well. And I don't have to print them out like I used to, save a bit of paper, help the planet. I could do that. And I'm thinking of doing a P&Q, like, just like a one-off P&Q, see how it goes kind of thing. Because they were once upon a time my favourite video to make. Now it's the on the benches, on the beaches that are my favourite video to make. But I did really enjoy the Q&As, but the questions ran out, unfortunately, and I can't do it without the questions from you guys. So I thought, well, I can't do it. I started seeing if I could go back, find any interesting questions from the past, but but no, I thought, do you know what? Normally, it's hard to think. I used to do these Q&As every week without fail. And I would always get enough questions, even if it's just like a couple, but I'd just go into more depth, it doesn't have to be a long video. But I loved doing them. I loved talking about, because the questions would invigorate some deeper thought on my part. And it would just make me stop and think. Yeah, and that was good. If I did do it, I wouldn't know who asked what questions. I just wrote the questions down. So it would just be the questions. I mean, I still get the odd question here and there on a video now and again. Got one today, actually. But I used to put, maybe it's better to not put who asked the question down. Maybe it's best not to. I don't know. But suffice to say, I am seriously considering doing it. Well, I want to do it. I'm going to do it. I just don't know when exactly. Probably in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, maybe. So there will be a Q&A session. I'd like to do it in my corner, my far corner, with my books and games around me there. Because my nostalgia shelf is still undergoing a slight transformation. I cleared a little bit of stuff out of my hobby room here today. I actually accumulated a spare box, and I filled it like instantly. Put it up in the loft, out of sight, out of mind, but still safe. Still safe and sound, and I managed to scrape back a little bit of room, from the shelves and that, so I was able to move some stuff around and make it look a bit better for me, how I want it. So yeah, I'll probably do that. You may know I put a video out on the first probably 3 videos at least that I will do on the ZX Spectrum games I loved playing. And someone kindly pointed out that a lot of the screenshots are not from the Specky. I know that. It's not about the screenshots themselves, it's about the game, and they represent the time and the memory that I'm talking about on the video. So, but it's still got quite a few views, so I'm pleased about that. But yeah, I'll have to work on the second one. At the moment, I'm still working on this tutorial here because I'm doing it in sections, and then I'll be doing voiceovers for each section, and then I'll be putting them all together, and yeah, so that'll take a bit of time, but who knows? Yeah, once that's done, I might well think about the next tutorial. Might well be the non-metallic metal. And one of the questions I came across, actually, funnily enough, on my list, talks about the whole non-metallic metal thing, and I thought, that might be good to talk about, actually, and I will. So yeah, quite a few questions on the list, more than I thought. It's amazing how many you can accumulate over a couple of years. So they probably wouldn't all be done in one video anyway. No, just enough, just a few, and then I could maybe get a couple more videos out like it, because I do love doing those videos. I never wanted it to end. It's just that the questions ran out, so who knows. Hey, yeah, I used to base it off of the sit and talk videos that Mini Wargaming used to do. I openly admit that I kind of stole their idea, if it was their idea, but loads of people were doing Q&As at the time anyway, and I just called it that, and yeah, so I openly admit to kind of using that because I thought it was cool when they did it, and yeah, I can't believe it's nearly a week already since my birthday. That's gone by real quick. So yeah, having a sip of coffee. Yeah, so I said Dylan's doing all right, and he enjoyed this afternoon. Yeah, I don't think he knew what to make of it. The pair of us moving stuff around in the garden. And I was like, what's going on here? Maybe he thought we were setting something up for some new sort of training regime. But he seemed all right. He had his dinner out in the garden as well, and it was, like I say, it's sunny, but still a little bit chilly. We had little jackets on and that to keep warmer, but you can tell it is starting to get warmer, and thankfully the central heating doesn't need to kick in so much now, so that's saving us a bit of money, thank goodness. Yeah, because it costs an arm and a leg else, doesn't it? Yeah, so roll on summer, can't wait. Still hearing the news now and again, or I see it on my phone, there's blizzard expected here, there and everywhere, and I'm like, ooh, where? It's odd. It's an odd one. it was nice today though. Nice clear blue sky. You hear the seagulls by the beach, the waves lapping against the shore. I put a little short out this morning from my walk with Dylan. Called I think it's called Early Morning at the Beach or something like that. But yeah, I could watch the sunrise, and yeah, it was really, really, really nice. It's just so, I don't know, tranquil is the word. Yeah, I think it's tranquil. So yeah. So that's me, that's my week. How long have we been going for? 21 minutes. Probably time to pack up in a minute. I probably won't get to finish my coffee because I've run out of things to say. So we'll end it here. I'll have one more sip. End it here, and hopefully you guys can give me a thumbs up. You know, click that button, please, 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 please. If you don't, but click the down button if you don't like it. Click one of them. Come on, click one of them. That would do me the world of good. So all that remains for me to say is don't forget, all brushes lead to war. I'll see you guys on another video. Bye for now. Bye bye.